Alright, Makeup Geeks, welcome to another Pretty Smart video. For those of you who are new to my channel, it's all about the nitty-gritty education of makeup. We're going to cover every topic you can think of, but our topic for today is anatomy of the eye makeup. Sounds really formal, very educational, right? Anatomy of the eye. There's a lot of information on this one, so make sure you guys have a notepad to take notes on this. But before we get started, I have something fun we're going to try with you guys. It's going to be a trivia question. You don't find out the answer till the end. Do not fast forward. I know what you guys are doing. Stop it. Stop fast forwarding. You do not get to fast forward. If you get the answer right at the end, you get a cookie, all right? So our question for today is, what is the average number of times a person blinks in a day? Is it A, 28,800, B, 44,200, C, 19,700, or D, 82,200? Alright, so the first part of the eye is the most important. This is where you're going to put most of your color, shimmer, shine. This is the largest part of your eye, and that's the eyelid. The best brush that you're going to use for this is going to be a flat shader brush like this. You want something that's very stiff and flat that's going to pick up the pigment, and that way you can literally just pack it onto the eyelid. This is where you're going to put any sort of color, any finish. You can do matte finish, shimmer, bright colors, neutrals, whatever you want. This is where you get to have fun, and the key to the eyelid is make sure that you pack that color on and use a flat brush. If you use a brush that's like dome shaped and you start putting shadow on, the pigment's going to fall down, get under your eyes. It's a hot mess. No one wants to have to clean up your hot mess under your eyelid, so try to use something that's flat and stiff and do a packing motion on the lid. All right, next part of the eye is what I call the outer V. This is the outer corner of the eye going from the lash line to the crease and slightly into the crease. It forms kind of like a sideways V shape. The best brush for that is going to be an outer V brush. Makeup Geek has one that's called outer V, but basically it's a medium dome-shaped brush. You don't want to use a flat, stiff brush. You want it to be dome-shaped. That way you can blend the shadow inwards. You can get into the crease slightly, but definitely a dome shape because it just forms to the contour of that eye. The best shadows for the outer part of your eye are going to be medium to dark shades. It can be matte or shimmer. Me, preferably, I like to do matte out here because I do shimmer on the lids. It just opens my eyes a little bit more, but it doesn't matter the finish, but definitely do medium to dark colors out here because it grounds the whole look. It's not too heavy all over the eye, and it just adds a little bit of dimension to your whole makeup look. The next section is the crease, and that's basically the crease of your eye, the fold. Some people don't have a natural crease, so what you can do is fake one by finding a spot that's kind of the center of your lid, going from lash line to brow. Find that center spot, and that would be where you could do the crease. The best brush for that is going to be the crease brush. It's basically a dome-shaped brush. It could be medium to full size, whatever feels comfortable for you for getting in that crease. We have one that's called the dome-shaped brush or the pointed crease brush, but basically you want it to be dome-shaped. The shadows that you're going to put here are going to be medium level. You can do dark as well if you want it to be dramatic, but for like soft everyday looks, do medium colors. You want it to be something that's at least 3 to 4 shades darker than your skin. I like to do like medium taupe colors, medium browns. It could be any color, just as long as it's in that mid-range compared to your skin. Like for me, I have light skin, so I'm going to go for like medium tans. If you have dark skin, then you can do like a dark brown, just something that's a few shades darker than your skin. Does that kind of make sense? I feel like I'm rambling there. I'm sorry, you guys. Hopefully you understand. Next area is called the transitional area. Now, I see this all over Instagram, and if you are a complete newbie to makeup, you're like, transitional, what is this? What is this part of the eye? It's basically the section right above the crease. It's not up to the brow bone, it's like down a little further. Does that kind of make sense? Just above the crease. So what I like to use is a dome-shaped brush. I like something like this. This is the soft dome brush. It's a little bit larger, a little bit fluffier, and really soft, and I like to use this for that transitional area. For the colors, you want something that's a medium tone, a little bit lighter than what you put in the crease. So if I put, say, a medium brown in my crease, I'll use a light brown in the transitional area to blend it out and make it a little bit softer. You want it to be something transitioning from the crease color up to the brow bone. So generally like medium light colors will work, something that's just a couple shades darker than your skin. It could be any color, it could be any finish honestly, but for me, I prefer matte finish shadows versus shimmer. I just find it's more flattering in that area. Next area is the highlight or the brow bone. This is right under your brows, and you can use any brush for that. You can use a flat one, you can use a dome one. I prefer using something like this, which is a small dome-shaped brush. The reason for that is I can buff out under the brows, and that small dome shape, it just helps me blend it out a little bit more easily. The shadows you want to use here are light colors. You want something that's close to your skin range. For me, I have more fair medium skin, so I'll do like light peach colors, like a creamy color. If you have dark skin, you'll use like a cocoa brown color, something that's in the range of your skin. Does that kind of make sense? Because you want it to not be too dark, because it makes your eyes look really heavy and droopy, so keep it very light and fresh. You can do either a matte or a shimmer finish. It doesn't matter. It just depends on how much shine you want on your eyeballs or not. Next section is the inner corner. I don't know if you guys can see on the camera right now. You see I have like a little bit of purple in here for a little pop, because I kept it all neutral, but I was like, I want some color, so I'm gonna put purple right there in that inner corner. You can use any color, any finish, preferably light. Don't put a dark shadow right here. You know what's gonna happen if you put dark shadow on that inner corner area? Your eyes, you're gonna look kind of cross-eyed. You're gonna look like your eyes are close together. It's gonna be dark and heavy. Don't do it. I'm just telling you now, keep it light and bright there, folks. You can use any brush for this area, but for me, I prefer using a small flat brush like this one. It gives me more control. I can stick it in the tear duct, blend it slightly upwards towards the crease, and I like doing like champagne colors. I like using shimmer as well. Matte finish can be a little bit dull. This is the one area where if you do like a light shimmery shadow, it makes you feel more awake, bright, as if you slept 8 hours when you know you didn't. You slept 4, but we're gonna pretend with that inner tear duct that you slept a lot and you look wide-eyed and bright. Okay, next area is the lower lash line. You guys didn't know there's this many parts to the eye, did you? I told you this was complicated and you needed to grab some popcorn and a notepad to take notes, but the lower lash line is the area under the lashes. This you can do any color, any finish. It's totally up to you. The best brush that I like to use for that is a pencil brush, something that's very small. It doesn't have to be dome-shaped. It could be flat as well, but it definitely needs to be small because this is a small area. But I like taking a small pencil brush and buffing the shadow under here. This is the best area to apply bright color. If you wear neutrals and you're like, you know what? I don't want to wear a scary bright blue eyeshadow, but I want to try it. This would be the area that you could really experiment and have fun. You can do a bright blue, bright purple, bright green. With just putting a little bit under the lower lash line, it gives you that little pop, but it's not in your face bright blue, so it's a little bit more wearable, if that makes sense. But definitely, any finish, any color, use a small brush. All right, lastly is the waterline. You guys ready for me to demonstrate it? It is when you pull on your eyelid, that little fleshy part up in your eye, that's the waterline. It's very sensitive. I will say this, do not use a brush in there. Some people do, I don't know how you do it, but as soon as I put a brush in there, it stabs my eye, it makes it red, my eyes water, it ruins my makeup, it's a hot mess. Don't put a brush in there, use a pencil. What I like to do is I will take an eyeliner pencil, any color, doesn't matter, and I dip it into a gel liner and run it in the waterline, or you can just use, if the pencil's creamy enough, you can use that on its own to add a pop of color, or if you want to make a more dramatic look, this is the best place to do a dark color, like dark brown, dark purple, black. Just intensify that waterline and it grounds the whole makeup look, it makes it more dramatic, and it just emphasizes the lash line. So hopefully that helps you guys in figuring out anatomy of the eye makeup, but are you guys ready for the answer to our trivia question? You didn't fast forward, did you? Because you don't get a cookie if you did. All right, the answer, drum roll. What is the average number of times a person blinks in the day? It is A, 28,800. How many of you got it right? All right, thanks for playing with us. Come back in a couple weeks for another Pretty Smart video, you guys, and have fun with your makeup. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.